Hello everybody and welcome back to EVR. We are now in Season 2, ladies and gentlemen. Enough from last season and obviously your champion VRT Midnight. And today is pre-season. It's the first session tonight at 6 PM. So obviously we're probably not got the fast guys here just yet, but a lot of these lads are quite fast, and obviously this is more of a mixed bunch and it was through a sign up. But anyway, my name is Sam, I am your main commentator for the 6 PM session, and I am alongside cat named Minty.
Hello there.
And tonight is an interesting night, isn't it, Minty? Obviously we've got 3 tiers now. Unfortunately we've not got 20 drivers turned up tonight. Some have come up with proper reasons, some may have not, but we'll let it slide. But we've got 16 drivers tonight, so it shows dedication. Who are you interested to see in this session?
Cohen. Me, because he has been surprising me. I was doing some practice sessions earlier, and he was quite fast. I want to see how he does here.
Yeah. Hold on. Tim keeps asking me, shouldn't there be a stream? The stream has now just gone up, so that'll let everyone know. Yep, we'll do, Brett. I'll set that to the PSN chat and the Discord if necessary. I'm on board with Plix right now. I'm waiting to see if there is. Dean Gamer goes wide. Collisions are off, everybody, and so is damage. This is only for this session. This is not for, this is not in general. This is only for the V sessions tonight. And when we will probably get back to, but we've got 45-minute sessions, and really the damage is off and collisions are off, just to maybe, I guess, give everyone a chance. And obviously slipstream isn't a thing, so I just need to answer this one. Anyway, so pretty decent. Hello everybody who's just joined the stream. 4 people now watching the stream. Hope you're all, I guess, enjoying it so far. Not much to really see, as Plix is just about to come onto a proper lap. Josh is on a proper lap as well. I'll make sure to keep an eye on him, as Plix is now onto a proper lap, and so is Dean Gamer just behind him. Riley's an interesting one. He's gone on the softs. Vitinho is on the outlap on the mediums. He doesn't have. He's not able to stay here long. And I'm just continuing to make sure everyone knows that the stream is live and up. Hopefully I don't put it in the wrong channel. As everyone is just
minute qualifying practice session. Well, quite long. That's usually like a race, I think so, because the qualifying is like 20 minutes, and then the stream, the whole thing is like an hour or something.
Yeah, the stream probably will be an hour, but obviously I'm going to be here all tonight. I'm doing this session as a main comp, but at 7 PM we'll introduce you to a new commentator who goes by the name of Jack. So hopefully you'll enjoy him later. He's a pretty decent commentator. I've spotted him over the last couple of days and decided to ask, hey, why don't you just come and do comms for our league? And he just said, yeah, sure, why not? So we've got a new commentator at that time. I don't know what's going on here.
And then 8 PM, I think Brett is joining you.
Yeah, Brett is joining me.
Yeah,
indeed, at that time.
Josh 1:45.5.
Yeah, Josh is the first man across the line, but let's watch out for Plix. Obviously, these guys this may not represent their time fully, obviously, because they're on the hards. It's just the start of the qualifying as well, so they've got a lot of time to make up the ground. As people, and hold on, so we've got Gavin who's saying hello to you, Gavin. And NSX Lion, please AI off the next sorry, by the next PMs. Yeah, that is probably something that we've not really spotted there, but AI probably will be off at the next one. But mind you, we could see that then be filled up anyway by drivers who are not there, and I don't think AI will come out anyway, as Brett's the first man to set the fastest lap on the soft tyres. Riley set a lap as well with the other Williams there of Dean Gamer. A few people setting laps, and Cassie's not very good lap there. I'm sure that's not legitimate. So who's caught your eye so far? then in this session, Minty. It was just, at the moment, you're just taking it all in.
After 6 minutes, Josh, on the hard's third time on the board, is really good. And you? Who has impressed you so far after the 6 minutes?
Well, I have to say, if I'm honest with you, Riley's done a pretty decent lap there. 1 minute 45.3. Obviously, it's just a starter lap, but obviously, there's a lot of other guys, obviously. But yeah, he's done so well so far. There's not really a great question to ask. Only 6 minutes in, but everyone now starting to put laps in. Some people going long distances, such as Josh here. I'm pretty sure he's going a long distance. Some people going a few shorter distances, maybe like Riley and Brett. But no one really going the real long distance, so I wonder if anyone's just doing some one-off banker laps at the moment. Let's go on board with I'm a D on the hard tyres here, coming through Puon. So yet to set a lap, we're not sure what his lap pace is.
I'm looking for people who are finishing their laps, not a lot. There's nothing really to commentate over, of course it is.
Not right now, obviously. It's only a qualifying lap time. It's interesting to see who obviously, so it's a qualifying evening, but it's obviously going to be interesting to see who can set the pace. Obviously, this will decide our 3 tiers. Obviously, we've gone from 1 tier to 3 tiers, so talking about from last season, we've expanded quite well, and we've done quite well, and obviously I could thank many people about that, as Tony has left the session, so I think Tony may not have the time to set more than that lap.
Okay, I have an interesting question for you.
What's that question? Predictions.
Who will top the timings?
Who will top the timings? Oh, 6 o'clock, or just 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and 8 o'clock, or do we just
6 o'clock first, and then all 3.
Okay, so 6 o'clock, in my opinion, the person who will be topping 6 o'clock. So the person at 6 o'clock who I think could top it, I think Josh, because we did some practice sessions earlier of this, so obviously this is a practice session, but we did practice sessions earlier of this, so we kind of know some people's pace at the 6 PM session, such as Josh, for example, setting a 1 minute 43s almost, I think it was. So he'll have to watch out for. I think that Cohen has been setting good lap times as well. Westy as well as one to watch out for here. He's pretty good. I haven't seen much of Fran, but apparently Fran is quite a quick driver. I'm a D as well, one to watch. 2-time race winner last season. Tony is one to watch as well. He's pretty good when it comes to the qualifying. And as I said about earlier about don't mind the AI too much, is that some of them will get taken up, such as, for example, the Ferrari of SLR AJ, who I believe has joined midway through, but so hello to him, he's made it tonight. But at the moment I feel like probably the ones to watch here are Josh, Brett, Westy, and possibly Alp as well. I haven't spoken about Alp either, and Alp is definitely one to watch here. Alpamutke, apologies if I said that wrong. Very quick driver in that racing point right there, and obviously teaming with Fran tonight, but obviously it's not really a teammate scenario since you're allowed to choose any car you would like. And Casper said, I think Casse will top. I wonder why you think that, huh, Casper? It's not like you're Casse at all, is it? But anyway, so AJ is on an outlap right now. King Jarrett just set a lap time there, or King J, second place, pretty decent lap time, just off Brett's time. Brett still beating him narrowly, but it's a good lap from Jarrett there, and obviously there's still a long time to go for them to set better laps. A lot of guys.
Interesting that Josh is only 4/10 off the fastest lap time on the softs, while he's on the medium, on the hard.
On the hard, yeah. Like I said, Josh is a rapid driver, and you've just got to watch out for him this season. He is definitely going to be someone who, obviously, you can think that obviously can win this entire thing this season. There's a few people who cannot make it tonight, and that's including some of the people who may be towards the top of the league, including NSX Montana, who a lot of people was a little bit nervous about, simply because they've been saying that he's really quick. So we'll have to watch out for that. He is not with us tonight since he's got a lot of things going on in personal life just for tonight, but honestly we'll have to wait and see a little bit longer till you can see what his pace is like to the rest. But in this session, I would say this is a session where really you've got people here who could be contenders, but a lot of the people here are quite towards maybe getting a podium or two if they're at best in the top tier. I don't think there's really any contenders for the championship, but what are your thoughts about it?
I'm seeing, like, I'd say midfield F1 drivers.
I think Josh
they'd be like topping. Well, yeah, Josh,
and Alp as well. Don't forget Alp, but obviously one of the top guys in terms of the time trial pace, which obviously we set out. And obviously we've got three different things, which three different factors which will choose our way, and that is which is closed now. No one else can set proper lap times for this, but one of them was the time trials, which we told everyone to do a time trial at Britain, and it was Zakart, who you'll see later on tonight at 8 PM, who topped the timesheets, followed by Chapalele. Like, once again, you'll see there. A little bit of a theoretical sort of thing to maybe see where theoretically people should be, but this will give us more of an insight to where people will be and see how people's pace and perhaps even consistency. It's not the top way to show consistency, which is why next week for all tiers there will be obviously a pre-season race just to see who's consistently up there and who's, I guess, dropping back race pace wise. So we're trying all the factors we can possible to make sure that we've made the right decision for all three tiers. I'm on board with Alp right now. He's doing a long stint on the mediums at the moment, it looks like. Doing pretty well at the moment, 8th place. Obviously, probably doing a long stint. Probably the reason why his laps.
Riley.
That's off the pace.
In the car.
Riley spinning the car. Then not obviously what he would have wanted. Obviously, just about to go on to another lap onto the soft tyres. I also would like to mention the fact that this is a no contact sort of thing, or no damage on. This is because we do not want anyone, I guess, spinning up El Rouge or anything. Obviously you do not want that. For example, if you spin up El Rouge and you lose your wing, you've got to come all the way back into the pits, and it could be an absolute pain. Also, you could retire from the session, which obviously we do not want, because we want people to make their time useful as most as possible. So,
also no collisions, so that if there's slower cars around, you don't hit into them and lose your front wing or something.
Yeah, obviously, like I said, the grids for F1, F2 and F3 are obviously divided up into these three sessions. For example, F1, these are all not the F1 drivers. There's some people that will be in F1, F2 and F3 in here. Obviously not all are going to be in F1. I'm going to go on board with Westy because I believe Josh is just trying to warm up his tyres a little bit more. So let's see how Westy does around this lap around Spa. He's just going into sector 2 now. I want to see what his lap can be. It's a 1:45.4 earlier on, but probably not the best performance from him there. But what tyres did he fit? It was the hard tyres. So hopefully you'd expect to see much better lap time from this time round from him. And like I said, I mean, let's talk about Westy. Obviously, he will be debuting officially on the 28th, which is when the season starts in Bahrain. But Westy is an interesting one, really, because a lot of people have said that he's obviously got the pace there to maybe cause a few surprises and win a couple of races. But then on the other hand, people have said that he's not quick enough to maybe challenge for the title. What are your thoughts on that?
I think, no offense there to Westy, it's going to be kind of like a Bottas or something. He will get some wins, but he just won't fight it in the title.
Yeah.
For the championship, I don't think he has the speed for that.
Well, obviously we've improved a lot this year, and this, like I said, if anyone has not noticed, and obviously the drivers are pretty stunned, by this. Someone calculated for us. Actually, it was Jack, the commentator, who's working with me at 7. He actually found out what the gap was between 1st to 20th in Tier 1, and that was 4/10. 4/10 difference between top and bottom of Division 1, theoretically going by Britain standards. Now, in my opinion, Minty, that is amazing, isn't it? That's amazingly competitive and close.
It's going to be hugely competitive, especially the lads that are around 4/10 off, because they're going to try to get into F1.
And obviously the guys
who would be like 5/10 off.
And obviously
they could still sneak in. Sorry for cutting you in.
it's my fault. But hello to the 9 viewers, by the way. I'm hoping you're enjoying the stream so far. It's probably not the most exhilarating stream because it's not a race today, but something that I will mention, obviously, that is that this is an important qualifying session. Most of these drivers on here probably will receive where they will be tomorrow. Well, all of them will receive where they're going to be tomorrow evening. Obviously, they will get announced provisionally where they are. And like I said, next week is where we'll have just a pre-season race, just a quick pre-season race, just to see if we've made any mistakes. Obviously, in all tiers, of course. So say if someone's too quick for Division 3, we'll have to move them up to Division 2, but if someone's too slow for Division 2, you get my point. So, who is on a lap right now? Vitinho, let's see how he is doing. He's 3/10 up through Sector 2. Sorry, through Sector 1 there, it said, but let's see what Sector 2 brings. He's almost coming to the end of it now. Missing the apex there, but looking pretty good at the moment. As he comes round, I'm not sure what turn it is, there's loads of turns, but he's 5/10 up, so this is good for Vitinho right here. He may only move above Alp there though, unfortunately, because there's quite a gap between 6th and 8th at the moment. Obviously, like I said, take into consideration of the size of the track of Belgium, and obviously take into consideration that maybe perhaps he's not pushing. Still 27 minutes to go.
Fran moved up to P6.
Fran's moved up to P6, so Fran's an interesting one. We haven't seen much of Fran, and Brett obviously brought him in because obviously, if you didn't know, if you haven't known already, surely you know now, but obviously EPR, as not known last season, has done obviously an agreement deal with VRT, and we've done a partnership sort of thing, and it's obviously left to the name change of EVR, which we've kind of got the hang of now, but it's brought in some of these drivers, obviously some of these quicker drivers, and we focused on just adding to the depth of the league, and I think we've added quite a nice depth to the league, and everyone seems like they're in a very happy place at the moment. Anyway, so Plix is on a lap. I'm not sure what Dylan was on about just there. Anyway, so Plix at the moment 12th place, not set. Sorry, he has to set a lap time. Well, oh, and he's I think he's invalidated it, so he'll have to go again. So who is actually on what seems to be a competitive lap? Perhaps Westy in a minute. Brett's trying to do a medium lap. It'd be interesting to see how he does.
King J is on a competitive lap. He was 1/10 off on his lap time last time we checked.
Well, that's good for him. Obviously, going to be close between him and Brett at the moment. So King J probably surprising me a little bit, being this close to Brett. But Brett's probably not going to worry too much. He probably has to find a little more time, Brett. But Imadi is on a lap right now. Let's see how he is going at the moment. A set of 1:46.6. Probably not the best lap he could do. He could probably do a little bit better than that. I'm sure he'll agree with me.
Just asking, was King J Joris? Because I have no idea.
Yes, King J was Jorrit indeed. He obviously moved to TTG a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, I congratulate him on that, but also that's the reason for the name change. But that is Jorrit 99 indeed.
Okay, yeah. There's a lot of new drivers. I'm still trying to get the hang of them because I don't really do the talking with the drivers.
There's yellow flags at sector 3. I'm not sure what that would have been. Some driver has obviously spun or something. But as Imadi is coming to the closure of his lap, I didn't see what if he was up or down. It's not really the best bus stop chicane, but that is a tricky section on this track. He's up by 1.3 seconds and moves up to 3rd place. So there you go. Imadi with a strong point right there to put out that sort of lap time. So at the moment, there's quite a lot of people setting lap times, and we've had, I think, 17 people in this session, maybe 18. Could be wrong. But there's quite a few people in this session that have turned up tonight, which is nice to see. People who haven't turned up have told me a reason, which is nice to see as well. You don't want people just turning around and saying, "Oh, I'm not coming because I'm not interested in it." Since this is probably something that's more mandatory and kind of taken seriously. Obviously, towards it, some people have adjusted their times earlier today. So some people who you may have saw at this time earlier on, maybe not seen. I'm on board with Dan at the moment, ex-Dan. At the moment, he is going through to the end of Sector 2, looking pretty quick at the moment. Some people like this track, some people hate it. This track is like Marmite, isn't it? Like, it's either you love it or you hate it, in some sense. So it's interesting to see. Dan, tiny bit down, but he can definitely find time in this 3rd sector. Let's see how he does. So he's coming through this straight. I'm not sure with corners, so just don't try to test me on that. I'm terrible with these sort of things. So he comes down to the bus stop chicane. I do know that corner, luckily. Let's see what he's gonna do. Oh, and he's gonna come into the pits. So
he's finishing it.
And who's on the lap? Did you say? Just finishing it. Westy's on the lap, just finishing it, and he goes top.
Fastest lap.
And I believe Brett said he set his fastest lap on such. Yes, he did. So Westy there sets the fastest lap of the session on medium tyres, and he's still got a lot to gain on the soft tyres, obviously. So that's a stunning lap from Westy there. As I'm on board with Josh right now, who's coming through Sector 2, just past Pouon. Let's see what he can do through these corners. A little bit of a tricky section through here as well, since you can get a little bit of understeer through here, which is not what you want. But let's see what his Sector 2 split is going to be. He has set a lap time, so it is good that we can see it. He's 8 tenths up. Yeah, I believe he did set that lap time on the hard, so it's going to be interesting to see what he can do with Westy at the moment, because obviously at the moment there's 8 tenths between them, so a little bit of an improvement, and Josh will go top of the session. Minty, who are you focusing on right now? That was another unfortunate timing.
I'm also looking at Josh. Westy has surprised me. Oh, he goes fastest.
Yeah, there we go.
1/10.
There we go. And Pizza Parker, hello to you, mate, and saying looking great team, and thank you very much, Pizza Parker. Unfortunately, obviously, you can't be with us this season. You are obviously like a very respectful driver, and obviously a good driver as well. If I have to be honest, from my experiences of racing with you, and like, yeah, it's unfortunate we don't have you with us this season. I'm sure you would have loved this season as well. I'd love to be here, of course. But a lot of people on their lap times at the moment. And let's see who's come out though with new tyres. Fran's come out on new tyres. So has Cassie, who's actually in some sort of train here with Brett and Josh, but I'm not sure if that matters too much. And Ivan says hello. Hello to you, Ivan. Or Ivan, sorry. Apologies, because I knew someone called Ivan with the same name. But if I'm saying that wrong, I apologise. I probably will do throughout the entire season. So just bear with me. But hello to you, Ivan. Hopefully things are going well for you today. We've got the weather is clear. Bryn, he's not in the stream, but he is on about weather, and the weather will be clear, so if Bryn could join us on this stream, he could. And yeah, and there we go. Of course, Pizza Parker will keep you in mind, obviously. And yeah, I understand that times are a bit tough at the moment, and obviously if times do free up like you said, so obviously just let us know and everything. You're always welcome to come back, mate, honestly. There's no locking anyone out.
Coutinho was about to finish his lap.
And so is Fran as well, so what's Fran going to get? Vitinho's just behind, which is very good. Fran's 2 seconds behind, so let's see what Vitinho could do. He was a little bit up, and he's a little bit up again, so he goes 5th place in the Haas. right behind Brett as well. So Brett at the moment probably just doing a little bit more of a longer stint at this current point. And yeah, like I said, mate, just welcome any time. You are welcome any time. There's no shutting anyone out in this league, honestly. You had to do quite a lot to be shut out of the league, obviously, and yeah, you're always welcome. Just like anyone else who is watching the stream and not in the league currently, you are more than welcome to join us. Obviously, we'll accept you any day. But let's see what Dan's doing. Dan says 36 seconds up. I'm sure that's not legitimate, but let's see what he can do. Yellow flags is set to 2. Just check that for me, see who that is. As Dan's 2 tenths up through the first set though. He's losing the car back end a little bit there. Maybe he got a little bit of oversteer. See what he can do though through this corner. This corner's very difficult. I hate these long right and left handers. They're not really my favourite sort of parts of the track, and probably don't favour a driver at all, but let's see how Dan can do on the soft tyres. I believe his fastest lap set was on the mediums, I am correct, but let's see what he can do on the soft tyres. He was 2 tenths up through set to 1 on a split. Let's see what his set to 2 time will be and how much he is up on that. 18 minutes to go in the stream. Wow, this has gone really fast, I'm telling you that. Jesus. But Dan is on a lap, 1.3 seconds up, so this is looking good for Dan. 1.3 seconds up would put him almost up to like 4th place here. So Dan was having a bit of a joke with me, saying about his pace a little bit, and he can't wait to get walloped. He's doing pretty well so far, Dan is, and let's see what his lap time can prove in these last 2 corners. And there's Vitinho moving backwards, so everyone's moving backwards to get into the pits. Let's see. Oh, Dan's got a little bit too much of the curb, but he's still 1.5 seconds up because 3rd place. So Brett there down to 4th. I wouldn't say it's a big wouldn't say it's a big surprise, but he's done pretty well on that lap, and obviously if you could clear that last corner up, you could probably gain a little bit more, maybe even challenge the top 2 here. Let's see what Imad's doing. He's just finishing a lap time, and I think he's just taking it quite steady at the moment. Riley is on the it's on the medium tyres. I got a bit confused there. Cohen is on the soft tyres. I know I'm not saying that right, but I don't want to say it the way that he says it, because it's not really the best way of saying it, if I'm honest, and it can be I guess it can be translated into something a little bit more inappropriate. So I'm going to continue calling him Cohen, because that's the way that we seem to say it, so it's probably much easier for me, and I won't get any sort of attention at all, as he goes 3rd place now. And replaces Dan in that 3rd place, but Dan pretty close there, needs to just improve in that last corner, and maybe he's a little bit faster. Who is on a lap then right now?
SLR AJ F1, I don't know what to call him.
I just call him AJ. Yeah. Just call him AJ. Matthias, again, I haven't spoken to you in a while, so I forgot how to say your name, but I'll just call you Matt, so I'm going to continue calling you that. What's the purpose of tonight? Well, the purpose of tonight is setting the fastest lap time you can possible, and everything like that, but try and do a few long stints, get used to the track, get familiar with it, but obviously the main thing is setting the fastest lap you can possible, which is obviously going to be interesting to see with this 16 minutes, because everyone is now probably going to transfer onto the softs and go for the fastest lap, and Dan being a lot aggressive going into the pit lane there, and Riley has just finished a lap, and I don't think he's improved or he's invalidated or somewhere, but Kase right now, a little bit disappointingly down in 11th. I was expecting him to be a little higher, if I'm honest. I'm not going to worry too much because his lap time set was on the mediums. He's now on to the softs, so let's hope for a good lap here.
Hopefully that has left the session.
Yeah, let's not worry about people who leave the session, because you'd expect that, and obviously you can drop out. Obviously it's a 45 minutes track session, but it doesn't mean you have to do the entire 45 minutes, if I'm honest. Just set the best lap time you can, and if you feel you can't go any faster, then obviously you can leave. But obviously if obviously certain issues are happening, and obviously you cannot make sorry, excuse me, if you could not make it and you've had to stall your time, it's completely fine by me. I'm not going to judge. Pizza Parker, our drivers assigned a team for only this season, and they choose whatever team they want. Can't remember how it works. So basically what's happened as Cassie goes top there, and there we go, Casper right there setting the times, top of the standings there, and him saying get the Norwegian F1. That's a hashtag that's obviously gone a little bit viral with me, him and Westy. It's a little bit of a joke between us three and maybe a few more, but hashtag get the Norwegian to F1 is on right now, and he's proving it right there. Anyway, so Gavin said whatever team you want, but if Pizza Paco, if you're mentioning the actual season, we have asked drivers if there is a certain team they want, or a certain two teams they want. So say for example the McLaren or the Renault, they've got the choice of that. They've also got a choice of teammate which they can have as well this season, but obviously say if one's in Division 2 and Division 1, then unfortunately we'll have to put you in with someone, but you may still get your car. But yeah, there is a lot more freedom with the drivers. Oh, what's happened there?
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, that was really annoying. There is a lot more freedom though this season, which is nice to see. A lot more drivers have, I guess, a lot more familiarities and chemistry with their teammates. I think it's quite helpful. 12 people now watching the stream. That's good to see that people are joining in for the final minutes. This is where the minutes are. This is where every lap counts. So 13 minutes to go, and obviously people are now going to be starting setting in their fastest laps, as you've just seen there, as Westy goes to first place right now. 1 minute 44.101, beating Casper out by 4 thousandths. Let's actually have a look at the gap to the leader. Look at that, 1.9 seconds. And Dean Gamer is someone who we expect to be in F3, and Westy is someone who's expected to be in F1. Got to consider the length of this track. That is pretty impressive in my opinion. I mean, don't you agree with me, Minty?
Very impressive.
It's nice and good depth there, and hopefully we can keep this depth throughout the season. Obviously a lot of these drivers are very good and talented drivers, and they all have meat in the game to win the championship this season. And as shown, obviously Josh has probably not set the fastest lap he can do right now, because I know he's gone faster. He set into the 1 minute 43s before I've seen him do. Brett as well, probably not going his fastest right now. Let's see what he can do into these final minutes though. It's where everything counts. AJ is on a lap. He's on the medium tyres still. He's still got time to transfer. And Gavin, I would say whatever team you want, really, in all hindsight, since obviously there will be clashes and chances that won't happen. But it's a highly likely chance you'll get the team that you want. Anyway, so AJ right now is in the Red Bull as Riley leads the session. He's obviously feels like it's the fastest he can do.
IMD is also on the lap, I think.
Well, this is going to be interesting to see. Whereabouts is IMD at the moment? He's going for pull on. So
goes up to P6.
Oh, Tony goes up to P6. Yeah, I was going to say Tony was a bit lagging at the moment, lacking at the moment, and Plix is as well. I expect Plix to be a little bit higher in the session, but IMD as well. Let's obviously not try to call out drivers too much about their pace in this session, but at the moment everyone's setting a decent lap time. 1 minute 44.1 is the 101 is the time to beat at the moment. Fran moves up to third. I have not mentioned Fran that much in this. I've mentioned him quite a bit, but I haven't mentioned him too much about his pace. Setting the pace there, maybe looking for something special this season. I'm expecting Josh to beat his lap time, but let's see what IMD can do. I didn't see the split. I was too busy talking and looking at. Oh, and he's messed up the lap, as it looks like, and he'll have to go again. As I go back on board with Plix, let's see what his split is going to be. 3/10 up, not the fastest I think Plix could do. He could get into the 1 minute 44s, maybe beat Brett's time, but Brett is in the pits again, so Brett at the moment is kind of not really enjoying his Red Bull at the moment, down in 8th place, behind Dan, Tony and Cohen. He is expected to be a little bit higher than that, but let's see how he does probably on his final stint towards the end of the session. And Plix, I think, goes into the pits as well. So Plix is just not enjoying the session so far, as it looks like. Let's see what Josh can do. Josh is on an out lap right now, and so is Westy, and so is Cassie at the moment. Fran is on laps, but I doubt he's setting the pace at the moment, since he's already just set the pace on a lap. Josh now is about to go onto a lap, and here he comes. Let's see what his lap is going to be. Well, I'm going to ride on board for the entire lap, see how his lap goes. So he probably could have gone a little bit faster out of turn 1 there, but it looks pretty good going down to Radion and obviously up El Rouge. I got it right there this time. And he's losing the car a little bit, but he's saved it and probably hasn't lost too much time. But let's see what he does. DRS straight open on the back straight. Let's see what he can do. Obviously, we're only through sector 1, but let's see what the split is. Is he up or down? He's up by a tiny amount. I'm sure he can obviously find more time through sector 2 and 3, but the faster you go, the less time that you're going to find. But let's see what he can do through sector 2 then. Probably the more technical sector of the 3 sectors, while the other 2 have obviously really long straights here. Sector 2 doesn't really have that. And that's what I do like about the Belgium circuit. Sector 2 is really the one where you can make up a lot of the time, really. Let's see what you can do through Pool 1 here. Goes down to gear 6, pretty decent, up to gear 7 as well. Whenever you go up or down gears, you usually do find a little bit more traction, maybe even turn the car in a bit more as well. So that's why they're probably upshifted a little bit sometimes. But let's see what he can do. As he's gonna fight, we're gonna find out what his split is through sector 2. Let's see if it's up. He's up by 4/10. So right now it's looking likely that Josh will be on top. Obviously I need to stop using the word pole, because it's obviously not pole position. This is literally just to find out what tier you're in. And look at this, Josh coming round to the final few corners then. 2 more corners to go for the bus stop chicane. Let's see how this goes. This is where he could either gain the most amount of time or he could lose it. And he's gone into the pits. I'm assuming he probably maybe didn't feel the lap, or obviously he had validated somewhere along the way.
Just wanted to point out, you said that he's going into a radial on Rouge.
Yeah.
Which is wrong, because it's Rouge and radial, and then you said, oh yeah, I'm right this time.
Oh my god, just leave me alone, honestly. I don't even know what to call it anymore. I could just call it that corner, and it's the right saying now, like, honestly.
It's not WTF1.
And Matt has said to us, Matthias says to us, expecting Alp to go faster. Yeah, I've been pretty disappointed with Alp, if I'm honest with you. Like I said, I don't really intend on calling out drivers, but I've noticed that he has been quite quick, but today he's not really been on the pace. But let's see what his lap time is. I'm going to just go from Cohen at the moment, because Alp is closer to the end. He's only 1 second up, which would put him up into 5th place. Maybe Belgium just isn't his track though tonight for Alp. But he obviously is quick around.
Separating.
There he goes, 2nd place. So Alp there has probably 1 more chance to set a lap time. I'm not 100% sure if he's got enough time to get back into the pits, get tyres on, etc. So yeah, and the 13 people watching us, you have joined at the right time. 7 minutes to go, and this is where everyone is now going to be starting coming out and setting their fastest laps. I'm going to go back on board with Cohen. I think Cohen is invalidated, I would have assumed, because he's going quite slow through the bus stop chicane, and obviously doesn't improve there. 2 seconds down was lap time. Tony is on a lap right now, but he's at the start of his lap. Is anyone coming towards the end of their lap right now? And Brent says, hey Sam. Hello to you, Brent. I believe you are in the next session, and obviously we are 15 minutes away from that, so we need to get this over pretty quickly because we are a little bit late. I would suggest Gavin open the session up now. So Gavin, if you're watching, please do that. Please do that now, and obviously just send me an invite. I'll join you obviously in 6 minutes. I believe the other commentator alongside me has sent you a friend request. If not, if you're watching the stream, mate, please do. This is towards Jack, by the way. Please send Gavin a friend request. That's at Gavin_YouTube. Anyway, so Plix then is on his lap, coming through the final few corners now. Let's see what he does going down to bus stop. Believe he was up on his time, not by much. And Gavin says you are watching. So Plix then on the final corners, and 6/10 up again. Plix 9th place, probably can't find much there out of it, but Tony's now is going to find even more here right at the back here through sector 3. Let's see what Tony can do. So he's coming towards the bus stop chicane at the moment. I'm not sure if he's up or down in his time. It looks like he might be down though, because he's not running ERS with 5 minutes to go. Do not want something like that. AJ at the moment's come on to soft tyres. He's 3,000s up, so he needs to make sure this sector 2 is pretty good. This is make or gain. You can make or break your lap time, and let's hope for AJ to make this a lap time, because he's a pretty quick driver in his own right. Not really showing it too much here, but the 1 minute 44s is a good time to show. And Brett there, wants to say from AJ, but the thing is, obviously, there's no collisions here, so he could have just gone through Brett. He had to make sure that he's aware of that. I'm sure everyone's aware of that. If not, that's unfortunate. But he's 3/10 up, so it hasn't hindered this lap too much. See what lap time he can get, though, as he comes on to the final sector. Right now, he could beat Brett's time here if he just improves a little bit more. Looks like he's likely to beat out Plix, but maybe a little bit likely to beat out Tony as well. See what he could do with Brett, though. Can he beat Brett out? Right, so AJ coming through the final corner there, and going to set a lap time here is a 1:44.4, so it's a pretty decent lap. He even jumps Cohen there as well, so AJ moves up to 6th place. A good lap from him.
Joshua's 5/10 up.
He's 5/10 up. Look at this man. Like I said earlier, he was recording 1:43s, obviously, in his practice session. Let's see if he can record it for one last time, the most important time, as Josh M97 comes around the final corner. What's it going to be? It's a 1:40. What a lap time there from Josh. We'll see 1:43.5s, but 1:43.7 is still a very good lap time. Who else is out on a lap time right now? They're all in the pits, probably waiting for their final stint to come out on the track. Alp is now coming out, so it's going to be interesting to see what Alp can do. Dean Gamer there down in 16th is last, and the only man in the 1:46s. Disappointing session from him. Gap to leader though, 2.3 seconds, not too bad. And obviously everyone besides Dean Gamer is 1.5 seconds between them. So yeah.
It's not a lot.
Don't forget to tune in 10 minutes, lads, where I will be with Jack Lim. He's a commentator that is aspiring to get to the top, and we are willing to help him. So don't forget to watch us in 10 minutes, where it'll be me and Jack who'll be commentating over the session. And that's what I mean, Parker, this could be very close indeed, and obviously Alp is a very quick driver in his own right and can definitely set the standards here. No one's really on a proper lap right now though, everyone's on an out lap. I'm just going to wait till the first man crosses the line. See who it could be.
I think IMD improved up to 10th.
IMD improved up to 10th, yeah, probably looks like he did. I'm not 100% sure if I saw that or not. Cohen is on our lap right now. I'm looking at Cohen right now. Who is on a proper lap that hasn't used more than one lap of their tyres? That's going to be interesting to see, and see if Josh can probably improve it. Probably can't, but anyway, I'm going to stick on board with Cohen. It looks like Cohen's the first man out on fresh soft, so I'm going to just stick on board for Cohen for now. Brett is still quite far behind, but Cohen at the moment going through the first corner goes quite low into there, but that's completely fair. He's only 8/10 behind, 1:54 seconds remaining, so it's going to be interesting to see everyone who's in the session. Can you please stay in the session until further notice? I may take a screenshot right now just to make sure that the people who left us earlier obviously do not worry too much, but I'm just gonna wait for that. Oh, and Cohen has spun it. Cohen has spun it, so that's a quick screenshot, and Cohen will not be setting any more of a faster lap now. It looks like an Alp, I don't think, will be doing the same, because Alp has messed up his lap a little bit. 14 people are now watching the stream. Hello everybody, and this is really nice to see as Brett comes onto a lap time. Let's see what Brett can do. Yellow flags is for Cohen, I'm aware of that. Dean Gamer's on a lap as well. He needs to improve on 1:46, the only man in it so far. 1:43s were good, and there's I'm a D leaver. Like I said, I will need to make sure that I can get a screenshot right at the end there, just in case, because for some reason this game does not help me at all. As Brett comes through, what's his sector is going to be down. That's not what Brett wants to see here with the final few seconds to go. He does not want to be down here, so Brett needs to improve his time for sector 2, and like I said, this is where you can gain the most time or even lose the most time, so you need to be careful here. Cohen's lap is destroyed. Fran's lap, how is he doing? He is now on a lap, but he's behind Brett, so I'm going to stick with Brett just for now. And Brett almost goes there as Dan retires, obviously, from the practice session. Nothing more he could do tonight, so it's a good performance from Dan there, down in 12th though. We'll see obviously furthermore where he'll be at. obviously Dean Gamer has ended, so he's not been able to improve. Maybe a little bit of a distraction there from Brett there. He's 3 temps up though, so like I said earlier, where Brett was maybe ignorant for a bit for AJ, but Brett suffered a little bit of his own medicine, but he got through it pretty well. As he goes through to sector 3 now, when it comes down to the bus stop chicane, let's see what the man can do. As he comes into the final 2 corners, then the bus stop chicane, where you can lose or gain all the time you want. Let's see what happens here then. It's a 1 minute 44.2, and Brett goes up to 5th place there, beats out Fran. Fran's coming down to the final back straight there. Let's see what Fran can do. There's only a few more people to finish their lap times, which obviously we'll have to make sure we are aware, and we take screenshots when everyone's finished. We've got 2 minutes to finish their lap time. Let's see what Fran can do. Fran looks like he's... I mean... Let's go this Fran at the moment, 6th place. Is he going to improve? He's not going to improve. So Fran stays in 6th. Tony then, coming down to the back straight. Let's see if he's up. He's up by 1/10. This is good for Tony, because he can move above Cohen. And maybe he probably can't move above AJ. He'll have to have a great bus stop chicane to do so. Let's see what Tony can do in that Renault. Plix goes ahead of Tony and Cohen there. So Plix showing off a little bit right at the end there. Saying a 1 minute 44.5. Not the best lap, but not the worst. 44 flat for Kaz, who goes 2nd place. And look at Tony going up to 7th place, beating out Plix and telling Plix, no, I am the fastest Frenchman of this 6 PM session. Now, so Cohen is the last man to finish. He will probably not beat his lap. It looks like he's actually beating his lap. So I'll have to be aware of this. Let's see what he can do. Oh, and he spun the car. So I'm going to take a quick screenshot of that. Make sure that I have got nothing wrong there. So it looks like Josh is the fastest man at the end of this session. But Cass right at the end there, beating out Westies. But thank you everyone for tuning in. Now we need to literally get straight over to you in 5 minutes. And obviously look at that, look, the game has broken for me. But anyway, we need to quickly move over. We've got 5 minutes to go till the next session is open, so I will see you in 5 minutes, obviously. And obviously thank you for every driver to showing up today, and we'll see you all when the season begins. And obviously next week we have the preseason race. But everyone, I hope you enjoyed it, and obviously we will take every driver's results now and obviously put them in a database. Anyway, so from me and Minty, we say good night for you just for now.